hard like bricks in my shoes. I see the way, girl, you move your body. There's some other things that we could do. We could order up the valley, head back to my place. I could put some music on. If you don't want to, well, that's okay, girl. But I'm getting on the dance floor. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't want to smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't want to dance with you. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't want to smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't want to dance with you. I feel defeated in the corner, sipping on this watered down rum. I feel her grab me and pull me toward her. She says, come on, let's go and have some fun. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't want to smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't want to dance with you. Don't put your hair in my face. I don't want to smell your perfume. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't want to dance with you. Oh, yeah. I don't want to dance with you. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't want to dance with you. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't want to dance with you. Don't put your hands on my waist. I don't want to dance with you. Before I knew it, I went and blew it and we were through. She said goodbye, I didn't know why, and then I met you. It didn't make sense in the moment that all my earlier attempts at love were all in vain.
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Brad Brock.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show, Friday edition, TGIF. We love it. We love it. The weekend is upon us, folks. It's upon us, and a good one it's going to be. I'm actually not very busy this weekend, which is really surprising, and also a welcome change. So had a couple gigs that I thought I had, but had been canceled ages ago, and I forgot to mark it on my calendar. So now I have some free days, which sounds really, really nice. But I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get into the show. I appreciate you tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, or listening on... oh, my voice is... there we go. Or tuning in on JNC Radio via the Live365 app or at jncpodcast.com. Wherever you're tuning in, please make your way over to our Facebook channel and subscribe there. Appreciate that. And like and share wherever you're listening. The weather looks pretty nice outside today. The window check, as I like to call it, out of the legendary JNC Lounge here. Looks beautiful out there. Actually, I just helped Jordan carry some things out to her car. And it's a little chilly. Dare I say a little chilly here on the Treasure Coast. This morning, the temperatures are in the low to mid-60s along the Treasure Coast and the upper 60s to low 70s for the Palm Beaches under mostly clear skies. This afternoon is basically a copy and paste forecast with highs in the low to mid-80s, mostly sunny, and only a slim chance of isolated showers. This afternoon, tonight's lows are in the 60s to low 70s under partly cloudy skies. So overall, it's going to be a pretty lovely day. Weather-wise, anyway. I can't make any promises for any other factors or variations or variables you may encounter on your way. All right. Well, I guess we'll kick things off with our national days. We've got some pretty interesting ones. Unusual and interesting. Today, as if you weren't hungry enough, it's a National Chocolate-Covered Pretzel Day. Delicious. October 7th officially marks the sweet and salty goodness of National Chocolate-Covered Pretzel Day. Whether they're dipped in dark milk or white chocolate, be sure to celebrate every mouth-watering pretzel bite. Salty, crunchy pretzels and chocolate are the gold mine of the snack world. Many of you already know. And their combination is the epitome of the oh-so-popular sweet and salty flavor craze. Change up the chocolate from white to milk to dark, and they satisfy even the mild sweet tooth. There you go. You pretzel freaks, get your pretzel freak on today. National Chocolate-Covered Pretzel Day. It's also National Inner Beauty Day. Focuses on raising awareness and supporting victims of human trafficking. Everyone has a story and a passion that expresses who we are as individuals. Our strength lies in embracing that story without filtering it through someone else's definition of beauty. When our core values reflect on the outside, we've given the world the gift we were born to give. How about that? National Inner Beauty Day. This is a weird national day, but I like it. October 7th may be an unusually illuminating day, considering it's National LED Light Day. We're all born as incredible detectors of light. We intuitively notice differences in colors and brightnesses. And the lighting professionals know that much of human sensation is visual. People respond emotionally to light and color, using its consistency to draw us in like moths to a glowing light. The power of LED lighting affects all of us in emotional, economic, and environmental ways. Never really put that much thought into LED lights. Oh, Robin tuning in. Oh, it's okay, Robin. Appreciate you tuning in. She said, sorry I missed Wednesday. That's okay. I was here. I'm always here. Unless I'm not. There are some occasions where I put a post out saying I can't do the show for one reason or another. You know. What do you got? I'm only human. But I'm here today. And I'm glad that you are too. Yeah. LED lights, I use them all the time. In fact, in this room, you can see some even behind me. LED lights are the new thing, man. Cost less to run, they last longer, and they're brighter. Not sure what the long-term problems are going to be, but we'll worry about that when we cross that bridge. It's National Frappe Day. You're sick of your regular old boring coffee. October 7th, it honors the Versatile drink with numerous combinations, so their flavors suit everybody. Frappes typically are blended drinks made with either coffee or espresso and topped with whipped cream. Delicious. Makes me want to go to the Starbucks and get one. It's National Body Language Day. During the first Friday in October, National Body Language Day recognizes the significance of nonverbal communication in your life. There are silent messages you don't realize you're sending in your interactions with others. From a smile to a shoulder shrug, your body is revealing your emotions and thoughts. In 1872, Charles Darwin detailed his observations of nonverbal behavior in his book, The Expression of Emotion in Man and Animals. He noticed both people and humans use body language to communicate. Long before Charles Darwin, primitive people relied on body language, hand motions and gestures, facial expressions, and paralanguage, grunts and sounds, to communicate their needs, wants, and concerns. Depending on the signals, trust or distrust was developed based on body language signs. It's true, even today. Body language is a form of survival when you can't use words. Your minute movements reveal your unspoken thoughts. To overcome language barriers, you use body language to talk and to understand people when you don't speak the same language. Couples use body language as a silent communication to express their emotions for their partner. Parents use body language with their infants and young children until they can speak. Using facial expressions, gestures, movements, and speech sounds, babies communicate their wants and needs. In the same way, they also read their parents' emotions to know when they're happy, sad, or mad. Many people use body language to read other people so they can understand what they're feeling. People who suffer strokes or have partial paralysis and other medical conditions where speech is difficult use body language to communicate. They use eye movements such as blinking or looking at an object to communicate needs and wants. So today is the day to raise awareness on National Body Language Day. It's National Manufacturing Day as well. Also on the first Friday in October, and it celebrates those who proudly stand behind our goods and services here in America. In the United States, we continue to develop products and unlock new technologies growing our economy. Manufacturing businesses create jobs through entrepreneurship, and their competitiveness revitalizes American manufacturing. So happy National Manufacturing Day. It might be it, at least on this list. So get out there and celebrate today. Whatever you choose to do to celebrate these national days. All right, let's pop into our first set of stories today. For you astronomy nerds like me, or just the casual star watchers, this weekend's going to be pretty cool for you. The Draconid meteor shower will be raining over Earth on the 8th and 9th, so just over this weekend here, Saturday and Sunday. The sky's amazing that it happens to be on a weekend. The skies over Earth will glimmer with flaming space rocks and dust during the annual Draconid meteor shower. Draconid? I don't know. Somebody correct me. I'm sure someone will. Unfortunately, the full Hunter's moon, which peaks on the same nights, will largely outshine this year's shooting star spectacle. Meteor showers occur when Earth passes through the clouds of rocky debris left behind by comets. During the Draconids, our planet collides with millions of small icy rocks left by the comet 21P Giacobini-Zinner, which passes through our solar system and crosses Earth's orbit once every 6.5 years. That's according to NASA, of course. Oh, welcome to the show, Pam. Yeah, I don't know where Philip is. Maybe stuck in traffic. I guess they've been having some problems on the highway there. So hope he's all right. Keep me posted. I'm sure he's just stuck in traffic. It's tough. It's tough out there. When the weather is nice, nobody knows what to do. Where was I? Where was I? As those little comet crumbs tumble through Earth's atmosphere by the thousands, some visibly catch fire and streak through the sky, officially becoming meteors. Most of these space rocks burn up long before reaching the planet's surface, though a few may be large enough to survive the descent and hit the ground as meteorites. There's the difference. While the meteors we see during showers are actually right above us in the atmosphere, they appear to be coming from distant constellations, as such, each shower is named for the constellation that its meteors seem to originate from. In this case, that's the constellation Draco, the dragon, a northern sky constellation whose serpentine tail swoops between the Big and Little Dippers. A typical year, sky watchers can expect to see 10 to 20 meteors per hour during the Draconids. However, this month's full moon will likely outshine most of them for the best chance at catching some meteors. Head to the darkest place you can find and let your eyes adjust to the darkness for at least 30 minutes. No telescope or binoculars are necessary to catch the show in our planet's atmosphere, but if you are angling to get a closer look at the moon or up your stargazing game in general, there are telescopes for every skill level. Well, there you go. Get out there and sky watch. Pam said Philip's the only dispatcher in the office today. Perhaps they're quite busy. Perhaps they're busy. Sometimes he listens on the radio station, on JNC Radio. Not able to comment in there, but perhaps he's listening. And if you are, good morning, Philip. All right. Wasn't a whole lot of news today. More music news than anything, but I'm going to take a quick musical break. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about Facebook. One of my favorite things to talk about, as many of you know. But this is actually a pretty interesting feature that they've added recently, and hopefully it's a step in the right direction for the platform. I'll tell you all about it when we come back. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. Enjoy this tune by one of my favorite duos, The Little Things. This is Someone Else. Stick around.
Feels like I'm going crazy, thinking of you on the daily.
listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show.
You sure are. Thank you, Jessica, for bringing us back in. Welcome back to Jams and Coffee here in the morning. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday morning so far. I am. I have to admit, though, I tied one on a little tight last night. I finished up my show at Manatee Island, which was wonderful, in Fort Pierce, and I popped over to see my buddy Dave Balin performing at the Public House there in Fort Pierce. And truth be told, I thought that I was only catching the end of his set, but clearly that was not the case. I ended up playing for another couple of hours, so I sat there and had a cocktail or two, and got home super late. I really try to be in bed before midnight most evenings when it's possible. The last night was an exception to that. So I'm riding the struggle bus. There is a nap in my future coming off of this show for sure. For sure. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about Facebook. And they announced new ways that users can customize their news feed. And I thought this was an interesting article and one micro step in the right direction, I suppose. But Facebook users can now control what they want to see on their news feeds. Meta announced Wednesday that users can now choose between seeing more or seeing less on posts from people and communities they're connected to and posts that Facebook recommends. I thought that this has been a feature for a while. But I guess maybe they were like, I don't know, kind of a dry run or a dress rehearsal before making the official announcement. I don't know. But it's officially announced. And, you can see more or see less of posts. The company said if you select Show More option, it'll increase the ranking score of that particular post and other similar posts. On the contrary, choosing the Show Less option would decrease the ranking score. Meta said this will allow them to receive direct feedback that'll make their artificial intelligence systems smarter and more responsive. To choose these options, Meta said you'll click on the little 3-dot menu in the upper right-hand corner of a post. They said features like these can help you discover more of the content that's valuable to you, so you can see more of what you want and less of what you don't. The social media giant said in a news release, as with every product change we make, we'll use direct feedback to continually refine our approach. The company added that they're also testing the feature in Reels. So, with that being said, if you're watching this on Facebook, because you saw it in a post, go back to that post, click the 3 little dots, and if there's an option to see more, click that so that you get more stuff from us, so that we can engage you properly and have a good time. That's my shameless plug there for that. Facebook. All right. Giving us some options, some a little bit of control over our own news feeds. That's wonderful. A little bit of music news here. I'm sure some of you may roll your eyes on this one, but important to some, I'm sure. Fans who hoped Justin Bieber would be able to return to the road following his recovery from Ramsay-Hunt syndrome were disappointed Thursday when it was announced that all his remaining dates of the tour are postponed. The tour, which was originally scheduled to wrap up this December and then resume in January, officially ending in March of 2023, was put on pause September 6th when Justin revealed that his face was partially paralyzed due to Ramsay-Hunt. And just as a side note, I saw the Instagram post of him talking about it, and it was chilling. It's really a crazy disorder, and there's no faking that. You'd have to be quite the magician. It was really hard to watch and sad. Everybody feels some kind of way about Justin Bieber, and that's fine. The truth is he's an incredibly talented kid, and he came from really humble beginnings, and had massively supportive parents. And what else could you possibly want? So props to Justin. I'm sad that he's got to go through this. On September 15th, it was announced that 12 shows through October 18th were being canceled. And now, of course, all the remaining scheduled tour dates have been postponed. And ticket holders will be informed on the next steps as updates occur. It turns out the final date of the tour was Justin's Rock in Rio show back on September 4th. He said in a statement after the show, "I gave everything I have to the people in Brazil, and after getting off stage, the exhaustion overtook me. It was then that he knew he had to make my health a priority and announced, I'm going to take a break from touring for the time being." And as you should. You know, your health has to come first. And, we have the privilege, I suppose, of being able to talk smack about pop stars and celebrities, and because they have put themselves into the spotlight and opened themselves up for criticism and praise and everything that comes along with it in between. But they are human beings that have physical ailments and conditions that require a break. And as a performing musician, I know that it could be strenuous to get out there every single night and just lay it all on the stage. And I couldn't imagine making it as rigorous as some of these pop stars do. You'll never catch me out there doing choreographed dancing on stage. No, nobody would want to see it anyway. Maybe somebody would. I don't know. You'll be hard-pressed to find me doing it. So I give mad props to Justin, honestly. He's a really incredible performer and a talented kid, and I hope that he gets rested up and is able to get back out there and break young girls' hearts even more. So sending my best to Justin Bieber. That's all I have to say about that. Also in the news, Sir Elton John, of course, he's on his farewell tour. But he recently filed a lawsuit against Associated Newspapers, the publishers of the UK papers Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday, and the Mail Online, under accusations of breach of privacy. The media breaching privacy? Say it ain't so. The legendary singer isn't the only person bringing forth the suit, which was filed October 6th per a press release. Among those who have brought forth the lawsuit include Elton's husband, David Furnish, Prince Harry, Baroness Doreen Lawrence, Sadie Frost, and Elizabeth Hurley. They're not just accusing the publishers of gross breaches of privacy, they also claim they're victims of abhorrent criminal activity. That's right. They allege that Associated Newspapers hired private investigators to place surveillance equipment in their cars and homes so they can unknowingly eavesdrop and also record their private phone calls and conversations. That's bold, if this is true. Sir Elton and company also claim the publishers bribed police officials to grant their private investigators access to sensitive information. Furthermore, they claim Associated Newspapers had their employees impersonate officials to obtain private medical information from the institutions that either saw or treated them. Really, there is no end. Associated Newspaper were also accused of illegally accessing their private banking information and credit history. Sir Elton and his group claim they have more alleged evidence of more wrongdoing and that there are more unknowing victims of these alleged crimes. They aim not only to hold those who allegedly wronged them accountable, but to dissuade journalists from further engaging in such tactics to procure sensitive and private information. It's unknown how much they are seeking in damages at this time. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. You know, because as I mentioned, opening up the story, celebrities, they part of the game, part of the business of being a celebrity is that you somewhat open yourself up to the public. You know, there are parts of your life that no longer are private. So what do you think? Do they? I mean, obviously, in the legal standpoint, they'll have a case here, but you know, and some of these allegations are pretty intense in the sense that they're impersonating people and bribing people for information. But I guess it's hard to say all that aside. But perhaps, if these people were not famous, then obviously they wouldn't be going to such extremes. So tell me what you think. Do you think that they're wrong for going after these media outlets, or this particular media outlet? Let me know in the chats and comments. I'll have to get your opinion. Drew Scott tuning in over on Facebook. Happy belated birthday, Drew. Yeah, you know, they're not local anymore. We're talking about the Little Things. He said that's a nice song by the Little Things. I love that tune. They have some really, really good ones. They're not local anymore. They do pop into town from time to time and play some shows, but I believe they're living in Alabama now. So what I'm trying to say, Drew, is road trip. We have a road trip in our future. He also said he paid good money to see me shake it. You have to pay a whole lot. I charge by the pound. There's quite a few of them. Oh, boy. All right, I got one more story here. Then we'll take another music break, I think, and then we'll come back with our celebrity birthdays and our top 10 list. So we were actually just talking about Korn, the band Korn, not the food corn. We were just talking about them on the podcast, the Jams and Cocktails podcast over Wednesday with Ricky B. So I thought that it was funny that this story popped up. Korn's Jonathan Davis is launching a premium pet brand. All you pet lovers out there. And, of course, it would be called Freak on a Leash. It would be a failed opportunity if if they didn't name it that. But aside from paying homage to Korn's iconic Follow the Leader hit, the collection boasts custom animal products made with high-quality materials. Davis shared the news on his social media. He said, "Be the first to own my new pet brand, Freak on a Leash. These premium products are created for all, paying homage to the horror and rock music we love. A first collection designed exclusively by me contains all custom products made with high-quality gunmetal hardware, leather, nylon, and plushies that will set your pet apart from the pack." Davis then revealed how fans can be the first to get their hands on the new product. He said, "Freak on a Leash has partnered exclusively with Danny Wimmer Presents and Take Me Home Rescue to announce the brand and give you a sneak peek and the chance to have it before anyone else," he explained. Merch will be available only at Take Me Home Rescue, at the Take Me Home Rescue tent on Saturday, October 8th. That is tomorrow. The first 100 fans attending the Aftershock Festival to purchase Freak on a Leash merch will receive a wristband to meet me in person from 3 to 5. He also went on to say a portion of the proceeds sold at the festival, as well as the web store launch, will be donated to the Take Me Home organization, he noted. The official worldwide launch date is October 28th. So there you go, you Korn fans. You can now dress your little doggies up in Korn-inspired gear. Lovely. another band that is that can be polarizing. I thought that they were genius when they came out back in the 90s. It was so unusual and certainly created a movement in metal music. And they were undeniable. Korn was an undeniable force. They were interesting. They were dark. They were heavy. They were angry, but also incredibly talented. So that's my 2 cents on Korn. I certainly don't drive around and listen to them now, but I can appreciate a good Korn song.
Feeling like a freak on a leash.
I just happen to have that clip queued up. How about that? Feeling like a freak on a leash. What are you gonna do? All right, you guys. Gonna take one more quick break, and then we'll come back. As I mentioned, with our celebrity birthdays, our top 10 list. And I'll hit you with some shameless plugs and get you back on your way through your Friday and into the weekend here. Here's one by Allegra Miles. This is Eyes, and she's got some Florida dates. So, she was a finalist on American Idol this past season. Incredibly talented kid, and she's local. So if you can catch her around town here while she's here, you should do that. This is Eyes, Allegra Miles. Stick around. More to come.
Why you gotta go and look at me like that? Yeah, your eyes always are giving me a heart attack. You start looking at me, I know there's no turning back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why you gotta go and look at me like that? Yeah, your eyes always are giving me a heart attack. You start looking at me, I know there's no turning back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Baby, you got me. First time that you hit me with your gaze, you know that I'm gone, 'cause you got me. Constantly you got me stuck in this daze. Something in your eyes, your How do you do these things? You found your way deep inside of my soul. The way there's a move, oh, it's so healing. You got this way of making me whole. Something in your eyes, your
She's something else, isn't she? And Allegra Miles. Welcome back to Jams and Coffee here in the morning. I appreciate you joining me this morning, this great Friday morning. This is the weather that we all wait for here in Florida. I say that I wait for this weather. Don't get me wrong. I love my summers. I love getting out there and it being hot. It's a great time for beach time. It's a great time for barbecues. But this weather, when it just starts to change here, it's unlike any other place in the country. When the seasons change here, it's not a dramatic change. Many places the leaves change, they start falling. But here it's subtle. The air becomes a little less humid. The temperature drops just enough for you to walk outside as a Floridian and be like, ooh, it's a little chilly out here today. Might have to wear the longer shorts. I love it. It makes me want to be outside more often. It makes my outdoor gigs a bit more tolerable. Not completely drenched in sweat after setting up my gear. Philip said socks and flip-flops. I won't say that I've never done it, but you'll be hard-pressed to find me involved in such an abomination. My biggest thing is I won't even do it with the slides. I'll actually put socks on with my thongs, flip-flop thongs, and get the little thong between my toes. It looked completely ridiculous, but I don't think quite as ridiculous as wearing socks with slides. But yes, but you're right. It's a great time of year. I love fall. I love the spooky season. Halloween is I'm not a freak about it, but I love this time of year, and I love it here in Florida. I love this time of year here because, as I mentioned, it's not this dramatic change, but it's just enough that you go, we made it through the summer. We're winding down. For us, it means that we're kind of coming close to the end of hurricane season, which, as we know, can be incredibly destructive. Our neighbors on the west coast of Florida really understand just how destructive. But so we make light of hurricanes in many cases. Everybody, the rest of the world thinks we're a bunch of drunks, which is true. But hoarding booze and having hurricane parties left and right, which is also true. But we do take it seriously, and we make light of it because of how destructive these storms can be. And what's worse is it's coming. The anticipation is worse than the storm itself in many occasions. So my point is, when the season starts to change here, we know that season is winding down, and we'll get a little break from these really intense storms that swirl around out there in the ocean. So, and we get to enjoy that 5-degree dip, which can make a huge difference in our outdoor days. Okay, with that, we've got some celebrity birthdays. First, a local celebrity, Eric Flink, the drummer of the band Aerowant, celebrating his birthday today. So nice local birthday. Just recently, Drew Scott, who's tuning in over on Facebook, celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday. Local celebrities here on the Treasure Coast. You're sharing Eric is sharing a birthday with Simon Cowell. Speaking of American Idol, turning 63 years old today. Of course, he's the television producer, executive, and talent manager who served as a judge on American Idol, Britain's Got Talent, and The X Factor. He also produced America's Got Talent and served as the CEO of the entertainment company Psycho. Fitting. Happy birthday, Simon. Singer, guitarist, and pianist Louis Capaldi, turning 26 years old today. He experienced a meteoric rise thanks to his March 2017 single Bruises, which made him the fastest unsigned artist to reach 25 million plays on Spotify. His debut EP, Bloom, was released to much acclaim in October of that year, and he's toured with the likes of Sam Smith and Neil Horan. So happy birthday, Louis. Turning 55 years old today, soul and R&B singer Toni Braxton. She sold more than 60 million records over the course of her career. She released singles like Unbreak My Heart and played Belle in the Broadway rendition of Beauty and the Beast. Just a year younger than her today, at 54 years old, singer and songwriter of the experimental British rock band Radiohead, Tom York, celebrating his birthday today. As well as he's also the frontman for the side project Atoms for Peace, and he's known for his distinct falsetto voice and his outspoken views toward the music industry's unfair treatment of artists from legal and financial perspectives. Tom York. Turning 67 years old today, classical cellist Yo-Yo Ma made his career by following his fascination with the music of various cultures and the ways that music can be blended together. Really impressive cellist, by the way, and the coolest name on the planet, Yo-Yo Ma. 67 today. Actress Allison Munn turns 48 years old today, which is really hard to believe. She played Tina Haven on the show What I Like About You, and other roles included Lauren from One Tree Hill and Caroline, Crazy Caroline, from That 70s Show. In 2014, she began starring as Ann Harper in the Nickelodeon television show Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn. Allison Munn turning 48. And rounding out our birthdays today, turning 71 years young today, John Cougar Mellencamp. Of course, he's the singer-songwriter best known for his number one hit song, Jack and Diane. He's been nominated for more than 10 Grammy Awards and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 2008. Happy birthday, John Cougar Mellencamp. Philip and Pam are still on flip-flops over in the YouTube chat. Philip called it like foot camel toe. And Pam said, Philip. You guys are a riot. A little on this day music history. And this is just so quintessential 90s. At a time where the internet was still this new and fascinating thing. Back in 1999, on this day, Don Henley and Eagles Limited filed a federal lawsuit against Love Earth, a Sarasota, Florida-based internet company, alleging that its registration of the domain names don-henley.net, don-henley.org, donhenley.org, the end of the innocence.com, and e-a-g-l-e-s.com, that's Eagles if you're following along, constitutes copyright infringement. And now it's just it's a bat of an eye. You can register your domain name for whatever you want. There's no, copyright problems. And people have made tons and tons of money registering these domain names and then, of course, selling them to the people. Selling them to the people that want them at an incredibly inflated price. But he tried it. You can't blame him. Back in 1999, nobody knew what was really going on in the internet world at the turn of the century. Makes me want to go and look back in the file and see how that panned out. I can't imagine that it got too far. That's what's going on. All right. Let's see here. Ah, yes. our top 10 today. This is a sinister one. So, are you ready to turn down the lights and get yourself under a blanket? So, this is a sinister top 10. The beach is one of those few places that practically everyone views in a positive light, talking about beaches. However, this bright and fun destination is not immune from danger and darkness lurking beneath the surface. More times than you think, casual trips to the beach have quickly gone wrong, sometimes in shocking or tragic ways. For all you know, your favorite sandy hangout spot could have a dark, secret history, too. And here are 10 stories about beaches where horrifying things have gone down. And JNC's top 10. Here we go. All right. Number 10. Like a good sister, 15-year-old Marianne Schmidt took her younger siblings to the beach one January day in 1965, accompanied by her best friend and neighbor, Christine Sherrick. The group set out to Sydney, Australia's Wanda Beach for what should have been a nice afternoon. It was a windy day, and the weather did not seem to be letting up. Schmidt and Sherrick eventually decided to go grab their bags so they could all head home. When walking toward the bags, Schmidt's younger brother called out to ask why they were walking in the wrong direction. The girls just laughed this off and kept on walking, and they never returned. Their bodies were found next to each other after their families reported the disappearance to authorities. Despite setting a new Australian record for the most people interviewed during an investigation, the case has never been conclusively solved. It's now the oldest case still under review by the New South Wales Unsolved Homicide Unit. Yikes. Should have listened to the little brother. Walked in the right direction. Number 9 on the list. 35-year-old Rhonda Padalena loves spending time at Short Sands Beach in Maine. The Bedford, Massachusetts mother of 3 tried to visit her favorite spot each and every summer so she could pass the time enjoying the waves and feeling the sand between her toes. She was probably very excited in March of 2021 when she and her boyfriend Jeffrey Buchanan, a man she considered her soulmate, went out to take a walk along her beloved beach, but she never returned. Although he claims to have blacked out and not remember his actions, surveillance footage revealed that Buchanan brutally beat Padalena to death with a large rock. Big Brother is always watching. The crime shocked the community as well as Padalena's loved ones. The town where she lost her life held a vigil for her. The end of the scene, or at the scene of the crime, as a way to reclaim the spot she had always loved escaping to. He blacked out. Good God, if that's what happens when you black out. Be careful out there. We're wild. Your soulmate. You never know. I'm looking at you, Jordan. Don't get any funny ideas blacking out on the beach. Number 8 on our list, if you happen to drive past the picturesque shores of Cannon Beach, Oregon, you definitely notice their intense beauty. What you probably would not realize is that they were haunted. Ooh. Yes, as legend has it, the beaches near a particular area of U.S. Highway 101 are home to a mysterious, ghostly apparition known as the Bandage Man. And here's how the story goes. When a young couple parked their truck alongside the waterfront back in the 1950s, they suddenly felt something aggressively shaking their vehicle from the outside. When they looked behind them, they spotted what appeared to be a man covered from head to toe in bloody bandages, banging on their window and trying to get inside. Naturally, the couple sped off as fast as they possibly could, and the figure disappeared behind them. Since then, others have reported similar encounters with the creepy mystery figure, in this exact same spot, some even as recently as 2019. Scary, scary, scary. I told you I like spooky season. Number 7 on our list, 51-year-old Marcelo Rocha Santos was spending a pleasant afternoon at the beach with some friends in the eastern Brazilian city of Rapateo dos Guarapes. Oh, jeez, I hate this. During the outing, he suddenly realized he needed to use the bathroom, like you do. Finding no official restroom facilities in the area, both he and one of his friends decided to relieve themselves in the water. This turned out to be a fatal mistake. In the middle of doing their business, an 8-foot tiger shark came out of nowhere and violently attacked Santos right in front of his friend. Santos attempted to fight off the shark, but it was no use. He quickly lost consciousness and the water filled up with blood. By the time his friends managed to pull his discarded body out of the water, large chunks of his arms and legs were missing, and he was pronounced dead as soon as he arrived at a nearby hospital. Fucking sharks, man. Number 6 on our list. In April of 1954, a young couple was heading home with sometime with their... Sorry. In 1954, a young couple was spending some time with their infant son at California's Hermosa Beach when things took a sudden and very dark turn. A large wave came crashing toward them without warning and whisked the helpless baby away. Distraught and unable to locate their child, Mr. and Mrs. McDonald clutched each other tightly, trying to process the horror of what just happened to them. Tragically, the couple tried to think of anything they could possibly do to save their child, but ultimately had to just wait in agony until the poor child's body washed up on the shore later in the day. Oh, that's really sad. Gotta be careful, man. But the story doesn't end there. Unbeknownst to the couple, a neighborhood resident who overheard the whole commotion happened to be a photographer for the Los Angeles Times and realized something important was happening. He instinctively snapped a photo and eerily captured the couple's most desperate moment for the entire world to see. And the photo was so poignant that it won a Pulitzer Prize for its taker, John Gaunt. Wow. So there's a photograph. I'm not going to put that up there. I don't even see it. Next on our list, number 5 here. Ooh, and we're coming to South Florida. Bringing it home here, local. South Florida's beaches are among the most popular in the world, but they too have been touched by tragedy. Passers-by took notice in June of 2012 when a massive yacht washed up on the shores of a Fort Lauderdale beach with no one on board. It was not long before people realized that the yacht belonged to a well-known Brazilian oil tycoon and philanthropist, Guma Aguirre. Upon inspection of the vessel, no blood was found, nor any other trace of his remains. Subsequent searches could not determine his whereabouts, and he was eventually assumed to be dead. Nevertheless, the story still gets stranger. In the months following Aguirre's disappearance, the conspiracy theory arose, claiming that he was still alive and hiding out in the Netherlands. One of the individuals who floated this possibility in public was the lawyer of Aguirre's own wife. How about that? A missing millionaire. Spooky, 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 spooky. Hang on a second, guys. I think Jordan texted me. Probably about the soulmate story. Or telling me to do the dishes or something. I don't know. It's always something. No, she asked, she said, "Are you trying to kill me?" Yeah. She also said, "What about the Tom and Giselle update?" We did that yesterday, Jordan. Where were you? Tired of talking about Tom Brady. Number 4 on our list. If you spent any time hanging out around the shores of Huntington Beach, California in 1968, those of you that were around, you might have noticed a group of teenagers playing music and wearing colorful attire. Given the hippie counterculture of the time, you might not have batted an eye at the seemingly harmless sight. But appearances can be deceiving. These casual waterside concerts were actually part of a concerted recruitment effort by a dangerous cult called Teens for Christ. The goal of these sessions was to lure unsuspecting beachgoers to visit their Light Club facility just off the pier, where they would be made into members of the group. Within a few years, Teens for Christ became Children of God, a group, of course, now remembered for its leader's egregious treatment of his followers. This treatment included sexual abuse, violence, incest, and brainwashing. The 60s. Weird time. Weird time. Number 3. World leaders are probably the most surveilled and carefully guarded human beings on the planet, which makes the story of Harold Holt all the more baffling. I actually remember this story. I mean, I don't remember it. I wasn't there, but I remember reading about it. Holt was the sitting prime minister of Australia in December of 1967, and he decided to go for a swim on a beach near Melbourne. At some point during his swim, Holt disappeared and was never seen again. To this day, despite very intense searches, his remains have never been found. The only trace of him ever having been there was the pile of clothes he left behind on the shore. In the years and decades since his disappearance, many theories have been proposed to explain the baffling mystery. Some of the ideas proposed have ranged from suicide to a freak accident to an international hit job. Now, the world may never know. Number 2 on our list. When Long Island police received a frantic 911 call from Shannon Gilbert in 2010, claiming that someone was trying to kill her, they had no idea what had just hit them. The search for Gilbert led investigators to discover the bodies of 4 deceased women, all of whom had been wrapped in fabric and discarded in the area along the Gilgo Beach coast. Gilgo? Okay. New Yorkers, correct me if I'm wrong. It soon became clear that all these women, including Gilbert, had been working as escorts on the Craigslist website. Craigslist. Soon after, the remains of as many as 16 victims were discovered within the same stretch, revealing that a serial killer had been luring victims to the area for nearly 2 decades before anyone caught on. Despite 10 years passing since the discovery of the bodies, authorities still have never charged any suspect with the crimes, and the identity of the serial killer remains unknown. Number 1 on our list. Going all the way back to December of 1948, 2 passers-by spotted a well-dressed, middle-aged man lying face-up on the beach in Adelaide, Australia. Sensing that something was not right, they approached and discovered that the man was deceased. He had no ID on him, and his body showed no signs of foul play. In an effort to find clues about his identity, investigators found a small, rolled-up fragment of paper with the words Tamam Shud written on it. These words mean the end in Persian and are a quote from the 11th century poem, the Rubaiyat. For years, the identity of the man remained uncovered. However, recent DNA tests may have shed some light on this decades-old mystery. Many concerned scientists and researchers have tried their hand at cracking the mystery, but have not succeeded until recently. Rumors about his identity abounded, from a Russian spy or a jilted lover poisoned by his paramour to a smuggler or a former ballet dancer. In 2022, it's now believed that the unknown Somerton man was an electrical engineer from Melbourne, whose name was Carl Charles Webb. There you go. The top 10 sinister stories behind some of the world's most beautiful beaches. Hope you enjoyed that. Maybe I'll do like as we get a little closer to Halloween, I'll do a scary story segment or something. I don't know. Get your heart beating early in the morning. Like a workout without having to work out. You just have to listen to my scary stories. All right. I'll just have a couple of shameless plugs for you, and then I'll get you on your way and into the weekend. As I mentioned, I don't have a very busy weekend. I will be playing tonight down at Blue Point in Tequesta, home of Philip's favorite fried hot dog. I'll be down there from 7 to 10 o'clock tonight, headlining, if you will. It's a great spot down by the water. It's going to be a nice, cool night, so maybe bring a light coat for you Floridians that think that 60 degrees is the Arctic. I'm one of them. But yes, I will be there 7 to 10 tonight. I'm playing the Farmers Market in Vero Beach tomorrow morning, and then I'm off. Unless, of course, something arises. I'll be at it again. And then I'm off on Sunday. Probably be watching some football, hanging out with the bad bitch, Ellie. She's off also, so we'll probably be hanging out. Jordan's working all weekend. So that sucks. But it's exciting. It's exciting for her to get to do stuff outside of her office with her job. So, but yeah. So other than that, and I don't have a lot going on this weekend. So it'll be nice and relaxing, which is always welcome and exciting to me. Check out our friends at Code Rum and Hop Life Brewing. Also check out our friends at the Sneaky Tiki in downtown Stewart. It's always a great spot to hang out on the weekends. Paul's Drums and Rums podcast. Hopefully we'll get him back soon, but my man's been burning the candle at both ends. So I'm sure and hopefully he's getting some rest over the weekend. But one could only hope. So we'll hopefully get him back in the weeks to come. Check out JNC Radio, our radio station, playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can catch this morning show during the week at 8 a.m. You can catch our podcast on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and listen to music all day long. You can listen to that straight off of our website at jncpodcast.com, or you can download the app LIVE365, the LIVE365 Radio App. It's free, nothing to sign up for. You just download it on your phone and open it up, search for JNC Radio, and add us to your favorites there and listen to us there. Yeah, what else? I think that's it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been doing a major push with some success. We've gotten quite a few new subscribers, and I appreciate all of you that have newly subscribed. And we even have some people that have been coming into our live streams that are new to what we do, and I appreciate all of that, and can't wait to meet some new people getting involved in the JNC world. So it's very exciting stuff. It's a long time coming. We've really procrastinated on doing a major push to up our engagement. We've been focused so much on content that we have really not put a lot of effort into the engagement side of what we do here. So we're working on it. And it's coming along. In just a couple of weeks, we've had quite an increase in our views on YouTube and our subscribers. So that's very exciting stuff. And it's a nice slow pace because I fear change, so I need it to be a slow burn to get to where we want to go. So we're not rushing it. I mean, I'll take it if it comes. I'll roll with the punches. But so far, this has been a nice slow burn and upward trend. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning in today. It's always a pleasure and never a chore. Hope that you enjoy the rest of your Friday and enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you right back here on Monday morning, 8 a.m. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Be kind out there. Broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge this morning, I'm Brad Brock. See you soon. Bye.
Tune in again tomorrow morning for the latest local buzz, national headlines, music news and more on JNC in the Morning, right here on Facebook and YouTube.